Hello, and welcome to the channel, and welcome back to some more Dice Baby demo. Looking at this, we do have D6, D8, D10, 12, blurry dice, and the magnet dice. So we'll just start a new run. We'll kind of see what we do. I love this game. This game is amazing. It is uh, it's so addictive. It is just I don't know why it's trying to get the different things and trying to get the different runs completed, and it's just captured my attention. I think I need 12s. What do 12s do for us? Uh, all dice only roll even values, and then this one. So the bouncy dice wouldn't work. You know what? Let's see how that works. Let's start with that. Let's go ahead and get the bank slot and move on with our life. 22. Let's save that. There's nothing I can do with this. Technically, there's nothing I can do with that either. Four. Let's see, four. Okay, yeah, that's you know what, just bank all of it. That's fine. We just got two big numbers and a times two multiplier, which is enough to push us up there. Do 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 do. All right, so nope, you're not times eight. We'll get another dice slot because you know what? Let's go ahead and open that. And then we'll go ahead and go to the next round here. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll take the other 4. We'll go ahead and bank that. This be great and glorious. I know there's one of them. I think it's the blurry dice that do stuff when they're uneven rolls. Actually, I'm gonna get that. And then we'll get that. All right, so blurry dice split into two dice when they roll an even number. Um, yeah, so what I actually want to do is trying to get the blurry dice and probably pick up a couple of extra blurry dice and then work on um, getting the even thing. Okay. So now everybody's got to roll an even number. They're always going to split. All right. So a bunch of sixes. Go ahead and save the 12. Oh, I guess I meant to roll, but oh well, that will work. Not optimal, but we still got two more banks. Okay. 4. We'll re-roll that and see what they come up with. Yeah, all even different numbers would be great. Go ahead and get the 6. Go ahead and bank that. That way we at least get a couple of pairs, a couple of multipliers to help with that. See if we can actually get this thing to go into overkill. Nope. All right. So that will level him up 1. The dice slot is probably a good thing. Just so that I have, like, I always end up running into an issue where I don't have enough dice slots in the towards the end, which causes us some problems. We'll re-roll that. Go ahead, 12. You see, and I got nothing. A bunch of 2s. I don't know if it is worth it. Like, because I would have had to take a bunch of pips out to get a couple of extra multipliers. It would have been. Oh, this is not good. So a couple of 6s. 8, and we can't, yeah, so we can't do, we got 1, 2 of a kind. That is not going to give us nearly, so that's going to be 18, 24, 30, 60. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, and the hollow dice not being off by itself gives us a multiplier too. All right. Oh, 2 points. We'll be good. We'll be good. So we'll go ahead and get that one in, get the 6s in, get the 2 4s in. That'll be fine. That'll be a lot of multiplier right there. By a lot of multiplier, I mean like 3. But 3 multiplier is for that is yeah enough to get us an overkill. A little bit, few extra dollars. So we do kind of want to get some more blurry dice. If we can get 3 of those, that would be helpful. And then having that 20 will be good too. Let's see. Still very early. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get that one. Because that way, basically every time one of our dice will just kind of get a level. At least get everything pushed to 2. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go with that. Like that's a good way to start. Just a bunch of 6s, and not having to burn any of my rerolls to do it was very helpful. Let's see. Do that one. That'll be good. I should be able to push this up enough to get us. The evens kind of are causing. It's some helpful and some harmful. Because I'm not really set up to be able to do that. That's an odd number. That doesn't help me any. Go ahead and buy both of those. Reroll that guy. Buy that guy. And that is another blurry die. So we'll go ahead and take him. We're not really getting our D12 rolls, our dice that I wanted, but that now basically causes these to all be doubles. I think that one is, let's see, no, let's get the 10 out of there. You know what, let's just re-roll those and see if we can get some crazy numbers. So there's another 8. And then we'll just throw a 14 in there. So that way we just get the good number to multiply, and then times 3. So that will help us out quite a bit. Let's see. All right, there's a magnet and a fire dice. I think the fire one's better. Yeah, so I haven't messed with the magnet dice a lot. And maybe I'm gonna do this. That way we actually have these. Their max face value. Oh, geez. Um, so yeah, we basically want to get 12s as much as we can. So that's 12. So if we take 10, 10, right? And if I take this guy and I drop it on here, that basically, okay, so that one's, so that's a 12, that's a 12, and then that adds 22 to there. And then 12. We'll take the fire out, even though that may not be a good plan, but that should be a massive amount of numbers. I can't keep up with which ones I have that are leveled and which ones aren't. Yeah, so there you go. So we did okay with that number. So that worked out well. I need to get I don't want a lucky charm. I need to get dice slot, which now I don't have enough money for. Uh Dice type banked. Okay, so we want to do that because we have a bunch of different dice types. So that one should help with getting multipliers for that. Okay. So we'll definitely do the 12. I think those are considered the same type. So if I do the 6 in there and then a 7 like that, put the 4 in. I'll try that one. So that should give us 1, that should give us 1, and then that should give us the 3. So that should be a couple of multipliers there. Yeah. So that did well. That did well. So I don't know, it's like Yahtzee, and it's kind of that, trying to figure out weird different Yahtzee things to do. We'll go ahead and get us another bank slot. And that is all of my money. All right. So definitely take the 12 in. So if we do 10, I want to do that. I want to do, and then we'll do 6, 6, 6, and the 8. I want to find out what happens to those dice if they revert back to their thing, or if this whole time now they're just normal dice. And I can't. I keep. uh, that's really what I need. I'm trying to do that because I'm trying to figure out for in the future when I need to do that magnet dice how they work. Um. All right. So 6, 3 4s, 2 7s. We'll put the 6 in. All right, we'll see how that works. Should have dropped the magnet dice on something. Could have dropped the magnet dice on that. It would have made it an 8. Yep. All right, so 10, 4, 4, 4. Let's do that. So, okay, so the magnet dice turns into the 14. Okay, and then that just leaves me the 10. So now that thing's useless to me. 5, 5, 6, and 6. So that way we'll get a bunch of pairs, a bunch of doubles. It'll give us a lot of extra points. I don't know. I'm probably going to be enough to be able to level. Yeah, we're going to probably be, yeah, definitely enough. All right, let's see. Nothing good there. That's useless to do. Let's see. Go ahead and get that guy. Go ahead and save our money and move on to the next round. All right, let's see. All right, so if I do this, I do that, and then I do this. All right, so that will get me those 4, 4. We'll do it like that. And then that, yeah, because that will be banked with its maximum value, so that will give me an extra multiplier too. All right, and now that won't allow us to beat it, so now we'll see what happens. Okay, so they do come back. Okay, so that is important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop... I don't want to do the fire one. I want to do this one. So I'll do this, and I'll do that. I'll make it 12. And then I'll get a bunch of 10s like this. And then I'll re-roll this. And then we got another 12. So we got another 12, so that'll be another maxed one. So that'll be good. lots of it's so much fun with the math, trying to figure it out. And it does help you with the multipliers as you move stuff around. It'll kind of bounce up. It won't tell you the weird extra multipliers really. Like it doesn't compute these things over here. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does. It depends on the multiplier. So we'll go ahead and get another. We'll get a shiny die. And then, what's the notepad? +1 bank slot. You know what? I kind of still need the even thing, and we already did the even thing once. But you know what? We're gonna do another dice slot. That's exactly what we're gonna do because adding more dice makes it better. So there's 8. There's an 8. There's an 8. There's an 8. And 2 7s. You know what? Let's just bank that and move on with our life and see what happens. So there's a bunch of ×2s and multipliers, and yeah, so leveling the dice up like is definitely helpful, and definitely a good thing to do. So let's see. So 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. Yep, let's do that. That is going to be a good amount of monies. But it gives you the ability with that guy to kind of do those. That run is going to be weird. The magnet dice run is going to be weird. It's going to be special. Yeah, because you can only drop. Yeah, you won't be able to. Yeah, it's going to be weird. And then that is another 12-sider, so we can get another 12-sider, and then that's cool because it's just going to match whatever the highest one is. Then the question will be is if it matches whatever the highest one is. Yeah, this is going to get weird. So we actually want to do this and do that, and then we can do. Can I drop it on here? No, it has to be banked, I think. So if I bank it like that, that'll give me another 12. Then I can re-roll. That's a 20, so let's go ahead and save that, and that changes that to a 20. So I think we're going to lose the points from that, though. Should we roll again? There's another 12. There's another 12. So that's just all max values. So we should get quite a bit of things out of it. Yeah, so that peak performance, I think, is... Yeah, peak performance. Basically, that multiplier is going to help us being able to get the high rolls when we can. Okay, of course. Why would that be easy? Let's you know what? +1 bank slot. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that for $5. That will be fine. We'll re-roll this once. We'll go ahead and get that guy. And we're at this point we're just trying to level them up and trying to do what we can. Just trying to save some money between rounds and just trying to go rounds with this thing. So we'll go 12. We got a 12. We got a 12. We'll re-roll once here. Get another 12. So I can technically drop the 8 in here. Make that one a 12. And then put that guy in and put that guy in. So that way, that should help with all that. The only bad part is I think we don't get the money. So, because I think we lose. Well, no, I think that's technically the magnet one. I think they lose their specially weird bonuses when you do that. but having an extra 12 was helpful. You know what? Just re-roll all of them. Let's see. Sixes. There's a couple of eights. There's an 18. There's a 4. You know what? Just do that and see what happens. A couple of sixes. We got a 12 in there. And then the hollow dice gives us a little bit extra just because it's well, I think they, yeah, and scored a no combination. All right. What's the oven mitt? +1 reroll. The bank slide is just killing me. Let's see. Key, hot paint. All right. Let's just move on to the next one. We're around 16. Already got a couple of 12s. Let's see. There's so many dice that we're rolling every time this time. It's great. There's another 12. Couple of 10s. We'll just throw that guy in there for fun. So yeah, 4 of a kind times 3, 2 of a kind plus 1, and then the extra random just double just for its points. And then when that thing being leveled up and multiplying itself, it gets high values for fairly quickly. All right, so let's see. I'll take 12 out of there. Just re-roll these guys. There's a 20, there's a 12, there's a 12. We can put the 10 in here, make that into a 12. You know what? And we'll just do the 2 8s. Because that will give us an extra multiplier from that too. That give us $1. This will give us some more multipliers here. So yeah, we'll get 4 multipliers from there. This will be some points. This will be some points. So the real trick in the future is going to be trying to take and get a couple of combos in together. And if you guys have an idea of like, hey, do this weird thing, like do the blurry dice and fire dice or something. Like I think there's some numbers to be had by being able to get high enough dice to be able to do some weird stuff. Get a couple of extra leveling there. Yeah, there's definitely some numbers to be had by doing weird things. Let's see. Let's just do that. That's a weird amount of weird stuff to throw in there, but I think it'll work. I think yes, that thing's like level 3. Like it's already like those things multiplying out, giving us that big number in the beginning is very very helpful. So this thing getting this thing early enough in the run does definitely help. It just you need it early. Let's see. It's 3 6s. You know what? Just throw the 10 in there for the extra numbers. It'd be cool to have the thing that allowed me to skip sequences. That would be helpful. That would be helpful. Oh, dude, there's a bunch of 5s. And just throw the 6s in there too. That'll be fine. A bunch of 5s, bunch of some 6s, some 12s. It's just the little things in life. So obviously, like if you can get them to all roll 12s, which it's like basically a 1 in 6 chance of them doing that now. We'd be good if we can just fill the entire thing full of 12s. Red cap. -1 XP required to level up dice. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but I don't know if any of these I'd want to replace with it. You know what? We can just do that. Because that may cause those all to level. Yep, that caused them all to level. So by basically doing that, we just leveled a bunch of the dice. All right. Uh, 4. Do that. Do that. No. No, it might have gone away. Then we can get another 12 there. We'll re-roll these guys. Another 12. Let's see. Bunch of 4s. Bunch of 2s. We'll try that. Just trying to get a bunch of high numbers and then just trying to build the multiplier as high as I can. That multiplier really helps, and then that helps with the rerolls. So there's a bunch of weirdness that goes on here. Ugh, we need a bunch of numbers. We need big number. We need big number. Do that one. We'll do that. That will give us a 12. We'll re-roll those. Bunch of 10s. We'll re-roll one more time. 12, 12, and another 10. There you go. So basically, 2 4-of-a-kinds out of it. That's helpful. And then the peak performance should give us quite a few too. We got what, three of them. That's good. That's helpful. All right. See, and then yeah. So that one just needs that. That is, guys, good. 16-4. Could paint something shiny, but we can't really do that. So let me re-roll this. We'll get another of those guys. That will be fine. The pip dice, but it will always roll a 2, so that's a bad pip dice roll. I don't like that. Twelves. 12. 12. I could put the 14 in there, but if I put the 14 in there, then this changes from a 12. Like that one is fine. That's a max at 20. That's a 12. Yeah. So just 12s and 20s. Like, go ahead and bank that because that's and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So basically, it doesn't. It has to be its exact value, highest level, uh not anybody's highest level. So that is. You know what, let's go ahead and do the lucky charm. Yeah, that would have been great. That would have actually been an awesome one to get. Because we're oh, no, that was a horrible one to get. I don't want that one. That one's great if you're doing one of these runs, not if you're doing one of these runs. A bunch of 10s, 9, 8. If I could get another 8. Yeah, so that one would be good. So just it's all over the place. Just a complete mess. Just a rolls and numbers and just crazy stuff. So yeah, so the trick here is to try to get as many dice as you can, and try to get them to work as efficiently as you can. These things are kind of all over the place. 6, couple of 9s, 8, and a 10. Let's do it that way. Let's go ahead and bank that. It gives me basically, well, 4 rolls and one more bank. It should be enough to do it. Nope, just almost. Almost. So there's a 12, there's a 12, there's a 12, there's a 12. Reroll that. 2 more 12s. There's another 12. Come on, one more 12. Try one more. Oh, it doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do it. So we'll go ahead and bank that, and that should be more than enough to do it. That should be some numbers right there. Yeah, peak performance of 7. So that was the D12 run. We have gotten that one done now. So that was with peak performance. So you can get some crazy high numbers with it. I'm having great fun with the game. As always, if y'all like these videos, please consider throwing a like on them. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, you can leave that down below. And if you're not subscribed, there's a button for that too. And don't forget, head over to the Steam page. If you're watching these, please go give the dev some love. Go download the demo, play the game yourself, wishlist it. Let them know that you want to see the game. Let's reward some good behavior. All right, you guys be safe. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.